Debbie taught school for 10 years, and one of her best friends at school, another school teacher, had bought a rainbow. And that school teacher badgered my wife to death for about 2 or 3 days every time she saw her to look at a rainbow. And Debbie knew better than to ask, but she got tired of being badgered at school, so she finally said, okay. The Saturday morning that the guy came in my home to show me a rainbow, Debbie didn't even bother to tell me he was coming because she knew I'd go off. When he pulled in my driveway at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, I looked out and he was coming across the yard toting equipment. I said, who is this? Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're looking at a rainbow this morning. Well, see, I didn't have time to say a whole lot. The guy came in my home and I told him on no uncertain terms, there's a 5-month-old Electrolux in that closet. Not knowing that my Electrolux cost several $100 more than the rainbow the guy was there to show us. But there's a 5-month-old Electrolux in that closet. It's financed for 24 months. And I don't care if your machine's fit go out on the floor. I'm not interested in what you got. He continued to pull equipment out of the box. And what he said was, I knew the guy, and that was another problem. He worked with me at Rose's. And I wasn't real fond of him, let's put it that way. So he's there with a machine that I really don't want to see, and he's there as somebody I really don't care a whole lot about. He asked for 30 minutes of my time. Give me 30 minutes if I can't prove to you beyond any shadow of doubt what you're doing is helping a friend of yours win a free shampoo. So understand that we did the same things way back in 1982 we do today. The reason the Rainbow Company doesn't sell the $400 shampoo, the $250 mop, the $150 Rainbow Maid, the $150 Rain Maid, the reason we don't sell those things with the machine, number one, to run the price of the machine astronomical. And secondly, we want the customer, we know that word of mouth advertising is the very best form of advertising. So way back in 1982, the electric shampooer that we had was a piece compared to what we have today. But it was what we had in 1982, okay? We looked at a rainbow that day to help a friend of one of my wife's best friends win a shampoo. Well, 30 minutes into the demonstration, like he asked me to sit down and give him 30 minutes. I did wear a watch at that time. I sat on the couch and I looked at my arm and I told him, beyond any shadow of doubt, you got 30 minutes. Well, he knew he couldn't do his presentation in 30 minutes, but he also knew that he was either going to get my interest or not in 30 minutes. When 30 minutes rolled along, I was on my knees trying to help him sell me one. And 2 months later, I was selling rainbows for a living. So I'm all about witnessing to you guys and having you learn how to witness to other people and how to change their lives. See, guys, this is a vehicle. I hope I can make you understand what I'm saying today. It's an awesome, awesome piece of equipment, and it's the only thing on the market that makes any sense at all. I don't want to turn you into vacuum cleaner salesmen. I want to turn you into leaders. I want to turn you into showing people a better way of life. Okay? Let this be a tool that gets you there. I mean, when you go in a customer's home, I don't want you to try to just show them how dirty their house is. I don't want you to go in a home and if you go in a home, I always felt this way. If you go in a home and act like a salesman, you'll get treated like one. I don't want to get treated like a salesman, and I'm not going to act like one. You know, one of the first things I say when I go in a customer's house, after I warm up with them, shake their hands, keep eye contact, spend the first 5 minutes and warm up. See, if you go in a home and you start taking stuff out of the box and whatever, now you're going to get treated like a salesman. The first 5 to 10 minutes you're in somebody's house is not this you're selling. It's this that you're selling. Nobody buys something from somebody they don't like. So you have to warm up with them. You have to talk about the weather. You have to talk about their kids. You have to talk about the deer hitting on the wall. It don't make any difference what you talk about, but you have to break the ice. You got to make them feel comfortable with you. I mean, if you really want all of it, you have to show up on time. Okay? You can't pull up in their driveway at 10 minutes after 7 when you're supposed to be there at 7. You've already made one bad step, okay? They were looking out the window at 7 o'clock hoping you weren't coming. You understand? I don't want to show up at 6:45. It shows you I'm too eager. I don't want to show up at 7:15 and it's going to tick you off o'clock and I'm late. I want to show up so close to 7 o'clock. If I'm supposed to be there at 7, I want to show up so close to 7. He's going to look at the clock, peel the blinds down, and he said, oh man, he's here. But I'm on time. Firm handshake, eye contact, all of these things are so important. When you get inside the house, spend 10 minutes. Spend 5 to 10 minutes. I've seen you before somewhere. Where do you work? I already know that. I got it on my phone card. But I've seen you before. Where do you go to church? See, I'm going to talk about something other than rainbow. I'm going to make friends before I get here. Because trust me, when I get here, I'll be ready to get here. But if I'm the only one that gets here, we're in trouble. I got to get everybody here. Does that make sense? I'm a yard fanatic. You let me pull in somebody's yard and they've got a well-manicured yard, I can spend the 5 to 10 minutes of talking about how wonderful your yard looks. You do all of your landscaping. Now see, if I pull in your yard and your grass is this tall and your beds are this tall with weeds, man, I can't talk about your landscaping. Who does your landscaping? You need to fire them. We're looking yard on the street. No, what you talk about has to be genuine and make the people feel good about something. Don't we all like to get compliments? Well, compliment somebody when you go in a house about something. I mean, if it's the decor of the house, if it's your furniture, if whatever, but make them feel warm and cozy about something before you start. Does that make sense? Okay. When we've done all that, I'm going to skip a rainmate presentation this morning, but I really shouldn't. The rainmate presentation gears you for coming back into den. I do hope that everybody does their rainmate presentation in the kitchen. You warm up with them in the den. When I go in somebody's house and I spend the 5 to 10 minutes I am in warm up, I'm actually scoping their house out. I'm looking at where I want you to sit, where I want the husband and wife to sit when I put the rainbow on stage. This is a stage, y'all do know that, right? The box that the rainbow comes in, the rainbow performs on this stage. This box and this machine should be about as close to where I've got this husband and wife right now. I go with people on appointments, and this box will be 25 feet away from them. And you're standing back over on the other side of the room, and you're saying, guys, look at that. I guess the work's better plugged up. Okay? You can't be on the other side of the room and rake the carpet and say, hey, look at that. I want to be about as close to the customer. And they probably already sitting in chairs. They would be sitting on the couch, love seat, or whatever. But the box that the rainbow performs on, I want it to be just about as close to them. I want to be, when I rake the carpet, it's right here, not over here. There's just little things that you should do that would make a world of difference in what happens in your home. The rainmate presentation, the warm-up is in den. The vacation should be given in den. Once you finish your warm-up, once you get everybody knowing everybody's first name, and see, I'll take my card, and all the way to the customer's home. If I'm looking at Debbie and Jackie, Debbie and Jackie, I'm going to get one right, Debbie and Jackie. Because during this presentation, I'm going to personalize this presentation for Debbie and Jackie. You understand? This is Joyce and Keith. And about every time I want to make a point with this presentation, Keith, Joyce, I'm going to call their names. If I have to write it on the inside of my palm of my hand, this presentation is personalized to these guys. And if I call their names 25 times during the presentation, they understand I personalize, and I remembered their names. You understand? One day this week, I forgot to write it on the inside of my hand. Guess what? The guy's name was, I think his name was Daniel. I called him Larry something several times during the demonstration. He finally straightened me out. But all of these things that I'm telling you are just little tidbits that will change just a little bit about how successful you can be next. Okay? When I'm done with warm-up, and the warm-up's done in the den, I'm going to have my blue bag and my rainmate, and I'm going to have my kit, and I'm going to have I'm gonna pitch the rainmate in the den. I'm gonna pitch the vacation in the den. There's 4 pretty good reasons why we came out to see you today. You do know that, right? I want you to be able to tell the people why you're there. Okay? The first reason we're here is to say thank you. Okay? I know it's a busy time in everybody's life, and I'm sure you could have thought of 100 things you'd rather do tonight than have us in your home showing the rainbow. But we want to say thank you for letting us come out. I want to thank you personally for giving me the opportunity to share rainbow foods with you. And there's a vacation our company's going to give you for saying thank you. Don't let me forget to give you this. The second reason I'm here is to invite you to another house. I want you to know that our company is growing by leaps and bounds, and we're looking for people every day that might want to supplement their income. I might not be talking to you personally, but I bet you know someone that would benefit from knowing that our company's growing. Okay? We're looking for part-time, full-time, sometime, and anytime. We're looking for people that would like to get involved. Third reason I'm here is to get your opinion. Okay? Our product is phenomenal when you're going to see so. We want to find out what you personally think of what our product's all about. If you see something you fall in love with, I want you to tell everybody you know. And if for some reason you don't like it, I want you to get a promise from you won't tell us so. Say it with a joke. Say it with a laugh. I'm not worried about them not liking it. You understand? Fourth reason here is to ask for your help. We do everything we do by advertising. Word of mouth advertising. You'll never see this piece of equipment advertised on a billboard on the side of the road, television, commercial, whatever. We advertise it by word of mouth. Okay? So the first reason I'm here was what? You say thank you. The thank you, again, personally, I want to thank you for letting me come out. The vacation we give is 2 nights and 3 days. It's a weekend. Okay? You have until November 30th, 2015 to take it. This is not a timeshare. It's a true vacation. You're going to stay at something like a Sheraton or a Ramada, Fairfield Inns. Now, it's 2 nights and 3 days. It's a weekend. We're not going to any of these exotic places for a weekend. You're not going to Aruba. You're not going to the Dominican Republic. But I bet we would take a trip to Williamsburg for a weekend. Wouldn't that be nice? How about Myrtle Beach for a weekend? How about Hilton Head for a weekend? How about up in the mountains to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge for a weekend? See, we got the mountains and the coast covered. It's 2 nights and 3 days. What we're giving